Good evening. I'm Lorena Estrada. Groups across the country rallying for gun rights today, and East Tennessee was no exception. Police are on the hunt for two men who opened fire early this morning during an attempted robbery. It happened just after 4 o'clock this morning at Prestwick Ridge Apartments. When the victim drove away in his car, he told police the robbers fired several shots at him. The two men ran away. The victim wasn't hurt. I'm across the street from the Pilot Flying J headquarters on Lowness Drive, where FBI agents and Knoxville police officers are still on scene. I just spoke to Martha Dooley with the Knox County Sheriff's Office. She confirms a 6-month-old girl was shot. I was just told that they're here because they say Linda Cowell and Barry Smith have violated probation. These 3 officers taking part in the beating of a homeless man already in handcuffs. A Hawkins County man busted for having pot inside his home. We're tracking crime in your neighborhood. The Hawkins County Sheriff's Office arrested Greg Herron on Friday after narcotics officers found almost a pound of compressed marijuana in his Churchill home. Knox County Commissioner Amy Broyles is hosting this meeting tonight to talk about the Immigration and Customs Enforcement program known as 287G. I did talk to a manager here who tells me she doesn't remember Tom Snow, but she says someone did come by here earlier this week to drop off a flyer looking for him. The fire started a little after 9 o'clock tonight. It was shortly after the restaurant closed for the evening. Everything here is now under control, but take a look at what firefighters had to battle. To your weather now, Chief Meteorologist David Aldridge joins us in the Local 8 Weather Center for a quick check on your forecast. David, I'm sure many people would agree today couldn't have been nicer. We'll be out here with TWA officials making sure folks have fun and stay safe while they're at it. Marine Sergeant Christopher Hancock will be arriving here in the next hour, and take a look at all the folks here excited to welcome him home. The countdown begins at 11:59, and we will of course be here for all the fun. So Alan, Happy New Year to you and everyone else at home. And all that talk about biscuits making me hungry. I'm talking stomach growling and all. Richard said if his son had to die, he hopes that what happened helps another kid struggling with addiction. He also believed Jordan was afraid of going back to jail, and that's why he ran from police. Again, Cam shot Sergeant Mike Ledbetter in the leg during that standoff, hitting an artery. The 41-year-old sheriff's deputy had a second surgery Friday, his condition not being released yet. Random searches, policy changes, and extra supervision all used to keep contraband out, but Cobb County authorities tell me when they do search a cell, they often find something that shouldn't be there. They're inside a cell 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their every move caught on camera. But what can't be seen, how these inmates plan to get their fix. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to think of creative ways to sneak things in. And at times they are successful. You have a variety of different pills. You'll have packaging material such as balloons, and you'll have packaged tobacco. Those are some of the things authorities find inside the Cobb County Jail. Pills, tobacco, and a bag of medication one inmate pretended to be taking. Was being looked at and it had every appearance that the medicine was being taken, and he was just hoarding some medicine up so he could try to sell it. And these balloons you see here, some inmates use them to package things like tobacco and hide it in their rectum, all with the help of butter the jail no longer provides. It is a struggle because when someone is severely addicted to a drug or narcotic, they'll do anything they possibly can to get that into our facilities. So how do they manage to get the contraband into the jail? Well, it's usually with the help from a relative or friend. We're recently discovering that they're taking Suboxone strips. They're hiding those behind postage stamps and behind the adhesive on the envelopes when family sends mail in. Some of them go the extra mile. If they have a family member that knows that they're working, they'll sit at a distance to see where the work crews go, drive by as the crew is out there working and throw it out the window, and it's very easily undetected. Sheriff Armando Fontes says they do everything they can to keep contraband out. But if it does make it inside the jail, it doesn't stay as long as the inmates. It's very important for our staff and us to help these individuals who are struggling with addiction to stay clean, so that after they serve their time, they become productive members of society.
Tyrell Cook, just as shocking, the mother's 2 other children watched it all unfold. Tonight, she's talking only to Local 8 News, and our Lorena Estrada joins us live outside East Tennessee Children's Hospital. Lorena, she must be devastated.
She really is, Alan. Right now, Amy Reyes is inside the hospital spending her last few minutes with her son.
I'm never going to see a smile again. I'm never going to hear I love you, Mommy. I'm never going to get to hold him again. I mean, why would somebody do this to a little bitty baby?
Amy Reyes can't bear the thought of what happened to her son inside her Castle Ridge apartment.
My baby's eyes are in the back of his head, and he's gasping for air. He's unconscious. The hospital said that for him to fall and hit his head, he would have had to have fallen out of a 10-story window. That's how bad he fractured the back of his neck and the back of his skull.
Amy's other two children watched in horror, helpless, as her 5-year-old brother Robert was thrown into a TV stand, slammed to the ground, his head smashed against a bathtub over and over again.
My other two babies, my 6-year-old and my 3-year-old, were there. They seen their brother murdered. They seen it all. What kind of monster does that?
Police say Reyes' live-in boyfriend, Tyrell Cook, is the monster. He did admit to the severe abuse, but didn't tell them why. Reyes says her son had a developmental disorder, bipolar, and ADHD, but she can't imagine what led Cook to do what he did.
I pray that whenever he goes to jail, he gets the fullest extent of justice, because that's just not right. There is something sick in his head for him to be able to hurt a little bitty baby like this.
Amy was out running errands when the beating happened. She says that she and Tyrell had been dating for 6 months, and he never gave her a reason not to trust him around her kids. Now, Temple Baptist Church will be helping Amy and her family with funeral arrangements, and they will be saying their final goodbye to little Robert on Sunday.
Lorena Estrada talked exclusively with the driver.
If they had got away with it, what would they have done with the bus? What was their plan for? And that's what I want to know from the person that did it.
Sandy Price now left with more questions than answers. She's the driver of Bus 117 that made it back to Knoxville Wednesday afternoon. After missing for hours, police found it in Anderson County.
It used to be from right here, I leave my driveway.
Price tells me she left it parked right outside her Prosser Road home Tuesday night, but it was gone the next morning.
No, I didn't leave the key. I got the key on my key ring. And I said if they got it, they had to hotwire it or something. It just kind of hurt me that somebody would come in my yard to steal my stuff. You know, that's my living. If that bus ain't there, I don't make no money.
Her biggest concern, though, the students.
Not knowing what if I'm gonna work tomorrow, if I'm gonna work this evening to get those little kids home. You know, because you grow with them. I've been doing this for here 2 years, and most of the kids around my bus knows me. They know Miss Price.
While police searched for Bus 117, Price borrowed a bus from another contractor and drove her route, getting kids to school on time. Now that the bus has been found, she hopes police find the crook.
I'm just praying that they find the person, whoever was in that seat other than me, and they prosecute them. Whatever they had in their mind to do, they didn't accomplish it. If it had been a copycat that wanted her own kids, they didn't accomplish it. That's what I was glad.
Well, that's it for us for now. 60 Minutes is next. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back here tonight at 11.